I always find that wine makes a great backdrop or starting point for a movie. So I've been really excited about this one, Wine Country, starring pretty much every woman in comedy ever and hailed as one of the biggest Netflix movies of 2019. So let's find out if it's any good. It's clear from the very beginning that these women have amazing chemistry. Like watching them, play off each other, the flow and rhythm that they get into so easily is just a joy watching. I really enjoyed watching them just go through their little details of how they became friends, the inside jokes that they have, and how they deal with their problems. When one person gets too bitchy or one person gets too annoying, how do they deal with that? And just seeing these little tiny details that go into a friendship that has spanned over what I think is like 30-40 years, which is what the movie is saying, is really nice. And I felt like the details between their friendship is something that it's very organic, and it only becomes organic when these actors have worked with each other for a long time, like these have. And honestly, I could have just watched these actors just sit there, drink wine, and tell jokes about stuff. That would have been great. And when the movie is just these women talking to each other and I guess improving, I think it really succeeds. But then it really falls apart when it tries to do what a movie's supposed to do, and that's tell a story. I'm not gonna put all the blame on the director or the writers. I think this movie was very pure in its intent. I think when it started out, they just wanted to do a comedy about middle-aged women and what it means for women to turn 50. And this topic I think is really relevant, and I think if they just stuck to this topic and used wine as a metaphor for this, I think it would have been fine. I mean, the movie is called Wine Country, so I felt like wine should have been a pretty big part of what this movie is, and it's really not. These women from Chicago, or I guess they all live, all around the United States, come to Napa Valley for one of their friends' 50th birthday, and they go on, a 3-day wine tasting tour of the valley. And like I said before, I felt like, wine is a great tool to use for storytelling, for metaphors, for characterization, for any of that stuff, but it's just not in there. Like, what wine is just not it's not even a part of the movie at all. And the only time that there's any sort of relevant topic about wine is when these women are making fun of Napa Valley winery people and how douchey they are or how pretentious they are. And yeah, I mean, like, I've taken my fair jabs at Napa Valley wine people, but I mean, to be fair, there are great people there, and there are great wines there, and I don't feel this movie actually does service to any of that. That's not even the real issue, because the real issue is actually in just the lack of story. You could call this like the Avengers of female comics, but the problem is that they don't fight any evil. Like, there aren't any obstacles in this movie. Like, from the very beginning, like, okay, these women have some sort of like problems with each other, and these women are really friendly and they go way back, but there are definitely some lingering issues between a couple of these characters that would need to get resolved during this weekend. And it's just not, and that's just not what it is. Like, I was waiting for the moment where like something dramatic happened, when like something that 20 years ago or 10 years ago happened, that everyone kind of just swept under the rug, and then now it's all coming back. I mean, I know that sounds like stereotypical, but that's what this movie requires. This movie requires something like this if this movie is going to sustain itself based around the friendships of these 6 women, and it just doesn't do that. Like, at the end of the day, I don't know what I'm watching, like, unless they go the other way and they'd be like, oh, they're on this trip and they kill someone. Like, but I'm interested in these characters. Like, I'm interested in these individuals because they start out so strong and they have such strong personalities, and the characterization for them is very good in the beginning. It just never goes anywhere. Like, I don't even know what really gets resolved it seems to focus on Rachel Dratch's character Rebecca, and I don't really know what gets resolved in the end. Like, everyone has their own little problems and they all come together, and I don't know what the movie's about. I don't know if the movie is about these individual characters' problems or if it's about their group problems, or if it's kind of like both. I mean, it seems like it's about both, but at the end nothing gets resolved, not their individual problems and not their group problems. But you know what? maybe you don't even care about any of that. All you care about is if it is funny. And to be honest, it's not that funny. Comedic moments are not funny, like they're not physical. It's not physical humor. It is still telling jokes. While the jokes are clever and they're executed perfectly, because of the chemistry that we talked about, it's not at the level where I expected it to be. And this movie is more of a drama about I guess you could say, like a coming of age, or a second coming of age, if you will. And because it's that, I needed this movie to be more dramatic, which it is not. And the reason why it is not dramatic is because the problems that these women are facing are too mundane. They're too real, right? And yeah, you might say, like, well, that's the point. They want to do something that's real. Well, yeah, but I have my own real problems, and why do I want to go watch a movie about other real problems? I watch a movie for drama, right? And this movie just doesn't have enough of it. All right, guys, Wine Country, what did you think? Did you watch it? Or if you're interested in watching it, let me know. I really wanted this to be good. I'm disappointed that it was not, but like, what are you gonna do? At the end of the day, it's great seeing these women together. You might not get another chance, so if you're fans of any of these great actresses, performers, then you should give it a watch. But if you're just looking for a good time, if you just want to watch a movie about wine, if you want to just have a laugh, then you should probably skip this one. Alright, guys, this is my review of Wine Country. Let me know, comments below, what you think, and I will see you next time.